Join the greatest player community in gaming. EVE's legendary Capsuleers.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
But maybe you should do whatever you need to erase me. It's all just a game. You think I'm gonna play, but baby you should do whatever you need to erase me. Baby, 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 you need to erase me. Baby, 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 you should do whatever you need to erase me.
my baby. Top drops and raindrops, motion got me all faded. My heart got me going all crazy, and I won't be walking away. Yeah, like New York in the sunshine, I'm a fool, yeah. I got love blind, and ooh yeah, got my heart out and it's covered in gold. Like moonlight over Hollywood, and it's cool, yeah, 'cause you know it's good. Oh baby, we'll never get old. You got it going on, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Tell me your favorite song, I'll put it on repeat. I could wait for you forever, through the storms or any weather. Yeah, you're like New York in the sunshine, I'm a fool, yeah. I got my love blind, and ooh yeah, got my heart out and it's covered in gold. Like moonlight over Hollywood, and it's cool, yeah, 'cause you know it's good. Oh baby, we'll never get old. Down in Cali, driving around with my baby. Top drops and raindrops, motion got me all faded. My heart got me going all crazy, and I'll be walking away, yeah.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
What? You haven't played World of Warships yet? Why the hell not? Playing World
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Burnout
It's all about humanity.
stage of the Divine League of 3. Before we get started, Cinderin, with EGB's odds, which you can find, of course, at egb.com. And remind you that EGB gives you a 100% bonus on your first deposit. So sign up by clicking one of the banners below the stream. And thank you again to the beautiful sponsors of this tournament. Cinderin! Hi. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Are you ready for this best of...
I'm ready for this game. So the last series we had was kind of a stomp. I think this one will be more
Dyer's turn to pick.
power levels of the players, if you will, if nothing else. We did cast Voldemort, and they had some
Radiant's turn to pick.
pretty good showing in the Immortal League qualifier when we cast their game. Legacy we didn't have the pleasure of covering, but what we can say about Voldemort is that there's action that they started with Clockwork. They played that in both games. I think we saw them play. They won them both against
10 seconds. 5 seconds left.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, what happened to Extremum? Now you got me curious. Let's see. I'm gonna refresh. We're gonna do this live. So they're just eliminated, not in Divine League at all. Yeah, I don't see them on the list. Are they? Okay. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed casting them mainly because I just could never remember their name. It's very...
Dyer's turn to pick.
So talk to me... Tiny now. Off it. Been seeing this mid in terms of... seeing a lot more flexibility, I want to say, in the last 9 to 12 months, I suppose. Been seeing a lot of off lane, maybe more often than mid. What are your thoughts?
You can play
on
off lane. It even had a phase when it got played support.
Yeah, I was disgusted when I saw that. I didn't want to mention it.
I was never really that big a fan of that, but I did see its value in some games, especially, I mean, it's just like, if you pick a hero like that and it's a flex pick, it just adds more value to picking it, that you at least have the option of doing it and not feeling terrible. So I think when teams did put it on 5 or 4, it was mainly because it got counterpicked really hard as a core, and then it can still have an impact, has a really good silence, wave clear, Exorcism can still take towers and Roche even if you're a support. So, but more than likely for Voldemort, it's going mid on Wish. He had an outstanding performance on the hero in one of the games we cast against Extremum.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Let's see what Cyber Legacy try to throw at them to try to stop this DP. So they do get themselves some hard lockdown and damage together with the Venomancer. Void Veno is a pretty strong combo. It's not because Veno does like insane amounts of AoE damage during Chrono, because he doesn't. It takes time, right, for Veno to deal damage. But the amount is off one of the two if they don't layer them together. And even items like Force Staff will not get you away.
If you don't get caught in Chrono, you can obviously just use your ult on Void himself, or just Cold Embrace whoever he's going on.
Absolutely. It's a good counter against Void specifically. I really dislike the matchup against Tiny as Wyvern though, and I don't like Veno either, so I don't know how much I like the pick overall. It feels like, okay, we're gonna target this Void, but yeah, it leaves much to be desired. Like, Wyvern doesn't like Veno in my opinion because Plague Wards just find you and pressure you all the time. You're not a strong laner, and against Tiny it's pretty self-explanatory. Insane Magic Burst and your Cold Embrace doesn't work against that. Jakiro, there's some more damage for the Chrono?
Yeah, they have a ton of magic damage to be complemented with obviously Void's right click eventually into
And another
Drow is
slow.
going to be immediately picked. Wow.
Dude, Cyber Legacy have so many slows. Yeah, surprised they picked Drow this fast. The matchup against Void is pretty good, if you get the Gust, of course,
5
but
seconds left.
Tiny, I wouldn't say is a bad matchup, or Drow is not a bad matchup for Tiny, rather. So again, it's the Reach, it's the Blink Dagger Burst combination. Blink Toss, Drow hates being repositioned, it's really bad for her.
Wait, what position is Tiny this game?
4 or 2? Probably. They still have that open option here. Magical loves playing mid-Tiny, and they have it as well for Slayer on position 4, or Big Num, whoever plays 4 in this team right now. Because Venno can play 3 with either Tiny 4 or any other 4, and Tiny goes mid, so they're keeping their options open this way, which is nice. Try to counter here in the end. I think a Vessel on Venno is more or less necessary this game. You're playing as DP Wyvern.
Yeah.
And their last hero doesn't need to fill that role. You don't have to get a Vessel Kunkka or Ember, for example.
5 seconds left.
Would like to just see some more damage in the Chrono and something that can get on top of Drow, right? That's the main things here.
You want more damage in the Chrono. Jakiro Venno's not enough for you, huh?
It's good, but it's not burst.
True. Ooh, Underlord. Interesting.
Okay.
So it looks like you're correct. It will be the Wish DP mid.
This is a pretty damn good Batrider game. Actually.
Batrider for mid?
For Underlord's lane. Batrider has like no bad matchups this game, I think.
5 seconds left.
It is a little bit too heavy on the magic side, though. That might be the concern for Cyber Legacy here, is that their last hero should probably have a physical component. If they play core Tiny, you can still play Bat, though, but it's a little bit, like, slow in building up a core Tiny. No,
Choose your hero.
Wow, look at you. It's almost like you're good at this. Almost.
It is very good here. Mid Bat, he will be laning against either DP, probably DP. They have the option of putting the Venno to mid, who will then lane against DP. Really like the look of...
So you're choosing them for game 1, huh? You don't believe in Voldemort.
It's not like they're...
You don't believe in Voldy, huh? I see how it is, Cinderman. Now, something I want to get off my chest before we begin. Look at this Batrider mount. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. It's a chameleon. Maybe I have seen it. What do you think of this
I've definitely
mount?
seen this one before. Best.
Chameleon with wings. Pretty cute.
I like
Doesn't
this
make
mount.
any sense, but it's very nice.
I like the mount. It doesn't feel out of character.
Does this feel like maybe it's a little too close to Mortimer, Cinder? Will anybody confuse the chameleon for Mortimer?
Don't know. This one did come out
both
before
lizards.
Mortimer. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Magical is going to be playing that hero more than likely mid, at least at the current point in time.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sorry, but I need to talk about cosmetics more, Cinder. I think we have the full immortal Jakiro now.
30 seconds.
He's got 3 immortals, and of course the tail, there's nothing out yet, but remember guys, next year we'll finally be getting some full immortal sets. Lion will probably get something.
Yep. It's probably getting maybe a red item for his palette.
Yeah, he needs every color in the book right now. He needs to become a rainbow.
Big Num's going in. If he gets this toss.
Boy, the battery assault is there though. And now Big Num is going to be taking the brunt of the damage so far. Looks like he'll get out of reach of YYY though. But the bounty rune will go the way for Legacy. Will cost him a lot of HP though.
Might actually
cost a
cost
dual
him the
breath
first
as well. Yeah, battery assault is coming back. Will he dive the tower? Negative. But still, that's gonna be most likely a salve to start things off for Blizzy. Dual breath again, and here comes Big Nim with the toss. They can get this into the tier 1 potentially. No, not close enough, but still gets him out of position. Actually, I believe
This is so
ended up,
awkward.
getting the other bounty rune, surprisingly. Yep.
Yeah, the Wyvern
to the tier 1.
Wyvern just ran down, took it, and TP by. Yeah. So I guess we'll see Jakiro follow suit in a moment. Come by. Okay. Very aggressive plays on Durasho here.
Oh, the dual breath somehow has range. And first blood goes away. Cyber Legacy. Bignum is just gonna suicide to the tower, getting the better of that trade. Blizzy continuing to be pressured by YYY. Battery assault. Turns out it's a pretty good level 1 spell, Cinderman. So 2 to 1 advantage.
Also helps when the enemy team tanks tower. That does a lot of damage.
It does. No doubt about it. Kumin on this Void in the bot lane.
Oh god, he's bashing.
Yeah, he's level 1 bash, man.
He got 2
12%.
bashes in 3 hits, I think. 3 fucking hits in a...
Is this, what's that term again?
Reference?
Oh my god. Oh no, it's completely escaped me. The RNG chance, but it's...
Pseudo-random?
Thank you. It completely escaped me. Pseudo-random bash. Is there anything that's not pseudo-random anymore? There's got to be a couple things. Legacy.
I think backtrack is still true random.
Oh, the level 25? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's true random.
YYY is dead, but he could be denied. No, not gonna happen.
Oh, Magical almost died mid too.
Alright, we're watching mid as well. You can just keep an eye on that, Cinder, as I watch Drow die under the tier 1 tower. Will they actually continue to chase? Yes,
level 1.
indeed. Down he goes, Big
so weak.
Yeah, this Drow is getting pummeled right now, Cinderin. And that's another suicide to the tower. Those don't count.
Other things that are true random that I'm aware of, creep gold, tower damage, hero
Attacking,
damage.
right? Yeah, hero damage.
Yeah, hero damage is true random. What else?
Oh, we have plenty of time to talk. This is gonna be a really interesting conversation. Let's list things that are not pseudo-random.
What spells are true random actually?
How about the Roshan spawning with the Aghanim or Refresher Shard on
also his spawn type in general is true random.
Yes, that too. That was probably a better reference. Yep. Indeed.
50 years.
For the cancel of the salve, but not sure if he has the vision or not. Salve off either way. Mostly the full salve. But Tiny's gonna have to back up now, has just the tranquils to keep him safe.
That was a pretty good trade for Voldy though. They traded their clockwork away to get a Veno, and Drow got some much needed experience there. Getting 2 full waves under tower now. Looks to be getting all the CS as well, very nice. Kind of recovering here.
Yeah, I would hope so. This is one of the...
Looks to be getting all the CS as well, very nice. Kind of recovering here.
Yeah, I would hope so. This is one of the... He's the one taking the heavy damage now. The Firestorm should be enough. He does have... We'll come back in. Boogie with another Firestorm in a few seconds. Has the wand work with as well. Drow dies top lane. Thought you said he was fine, Cinderin. I stopped worrying about him, for God's sake. I knew it. Boogie gonna take another bash by Kuman. Should be good to go, though. Should be good to go, though.
Shut up!
Another suicide to the tower. Those don't count, just remember.
Okay.
And it's up.
If you say so.
Alright, what happened to the Drow? I didn't get to see that.
I mean, it's not that
Mid
hard
lane,
to
though,
imagine.
you're gonna have to hold that horse, Cinderin. Spirit Siphon into Exorcism. Lasso in, but he's just gonna die. That feels really bad. There. TP from Bignum, not gonna be...
He's getting owned. I think this same matchup was actually played in one of Voldy's other games, right? He played DP mid against Bat in their series we had in Immortal Qualifiers, and Wish also did very well in one. So it really makes you wonder if this matchup is worse for Bat than I think, or if Wish is just masterfully handling this lane against Magical. Because this could have been a great side lane Bat game as well. Like, there's so many good matchups for it.
Underlord's gonna steal that creep in the bot lane, but top lane is where we're looking. Multi-shot is there. 2 inside cogs, which has not fared well for YYY thus far, and will continue not to work out for him. This really struggling against this Veno Tiny.
Yeah, it's... The silver lining here is, though, if he gets gone on, it's not Drow dying. Because I feel like if either of them gets caught, it should be a kill. So you have to be really, really cautious, and he's playing as a wall, basically. It's okay to get deaths this game on 5 clock. I think it's almost a necessity in this lane, actually, in order to keep Drow safe.
And Nico getting forced out of that bot lane for now. Boogie, let's look at the CS for these offlaners. 39 and 2 for the Underlord. Actually, about even. Only a couple hundred away from the Underlord, despite the CS advantage.
Oh, there could be a good chronobot here for Kuman.
Yep, it's going to be on both.
Ice
Path, yeah, not the greatest layering, but they do find the kill nonetheless. Nikwa looks to be dead as well. Gets off a Splinter's Blast, but really to no avail.
This lane is so strong, actually, this game. Such a strong lane. Void plus the Jakiro Void with the, obviously, the Orb of Venom, just easily able to stay on top of Underlord the whole time. Just run him down. Underlord, even with the boots, doesn't really seem to escape this. Time dilation is always available more or less on Underlord. He will have to cast Firestorm all the time, so you can dilate for that extra slow.
You're gonna see the Avatos onto the clockwork, the wall, as you put it. Very fragile wall.
Killing
In this case, he's actually going for the deny, but looks like Blizzy will get the last hit from afar. Nice repositioning to make sure multi-shot doesn't do that much damage to him, but Blizzy is gonna go down, and there's the support from Nikwa, Cold Embrace, but the Avatos sets it up. All right, thank you for that Cold Embrace, Bignum says. He takes the Drow again. So Drow, I mean, does have 3 kills, but has died 4 times in still the laning stage.
Yeah, but the net worth is still looking okay, and that's what we need to focus on, right? It's not really about the score as such, it's about how the game is going, and the game isn't that terrible for Drow. Oh, that's not a good one.
Whoa! I was like, what?
I could see it coming the whole way, man. That was so naive. Oof.
Very ambitious.
That feels bad. That feels so bad if you're a bad rider. Not only does it fail, you lose so much mana.
Very ambitious.
That feels bad. That feels so bad if you're a bad rider. Not only does it fail, you lose so much mana.
Tier 1, and for good reason. Most likely.
Oh, now he walks into Drow. Oh my goodness, Magical is having a terrible game.
And he claims the bounty. That's unfortunate. Wyvern top lane. Taken out by Blizzy.
Take that. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So he's going for that Spirit Vessel. Cogs. This is a good hero to get in Cogs, no doubt about it.
Yep.
Horrendous turn rates, horrendous attack animation. It's everything, some would say, Cinderin. Battery Assault just destroys that hero like none other.
It's an absolute shit matchup for Jakiro. I don't know if there's any hero I hate playing more against this Jakiro than Clockwork. It's just so bad. If you don't have Force Staff and he gets on you, you're just there.
Oh, lasso, it is up. Toss sets it up, no need for a blink. Wish. Staying alive though. The Avalanche is there, Toss is coming back.
Oh, he didn't toss it back.
Puts it in place. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I was gonna pay the price. In the Underworld ups bot lane.
Everywhere Magical goes right now, things just go wrong. It's
oh, Kuman's in a bit of trouble here. He shots up 8 seconds. Yeah. Not even the Midas off. We'll have to keep you back to base. And likely giving up this tier 1 tower in the process.
How do you like this Faceless Void headpiece?
Let's see.
I feel like Void in this set looks...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think the set is pretty cool, but I can't really decide if I feel like it looks too much like something out of another game with that headpiece.
So my question is, what constitutes somebody having a face? Because that looks like he has a mouth. It looks like he has a nose even. Like you can see the feature. He just doesn't have eyes. I'm pretty sure you still have a face without eyes, Cinder, and so it doesn't fit the lore. Having said that, I like it. I don't know. It's whatever. I have no strong feelings one way or the other. It definitely looks more unique than other Void items for sure.
Top tower is under attack.
Top lane, Nikwa attempting to defend. That's a little bit surprising. Toss is there. Yeah, they'll be able to find this one way or the other. Oh, okay. Gonna see the ult come out. Actually live. Ice Path is there, and they even use a Macro Pyre. So down he goes eventually. It's not going to be the right clicks of Kuman though. They end up expending the Macro Pyre. That's something. I mean, it is a relatively low cooldown as far as ult is concerned. Only 45 seconds to go. It looks like Blizzy's going to get caught inside the cogs. They'll be able to take him out. Avatos. But the Exorcism is online, and the chase is there for Wish.
Nice
Voldemort.
deny.
Nice deny. I believe it's one of 3 abilities in the entire game you can deny with. Gale.
What are the other 2?
Quaps, Shadow Strike, and Doom.
Wow, look at you.
I don't think there's a creep. Right? There's no creeps that do anything weird. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other thing than those 3. I can't think of it right now.
Now that they deleted the Ancient Prowlers, I think it's time to bring a deny creep back, you know? Bring that into existence. We need more denies in the game. They got rid of Pudge deny, which I know you were happy about.
Was I?
What if I remember, yeah, I vividly remember your hatred for Pudge denies. In many casts, actually.
It was nice when I did it myself. I love Pudge, man. Can we just buff that hero so he's not complete ass? That would be great.
What would you do? I mean,
Make
okay,
him
I have
better.
some suggestions, actually, to make him better. It's copying how they did it in Heroes of Newerth. You know how that
Oh
hero
boy.
worked?
Yeah. Do you know what happened to that game?
Okay, let's investigate what happened with that game. It died the moment Ice Frog left. But Pudge was in that game in its current form, or relative current form, when he was on the team, so they could make those changes.
What was the change?
So if you hook, two things were different with hook, okay? You hook out and you can move during your hook. And not only that, as we're gonna see Boogie,
He'll get out.
yeah, he's not gonna expend lasso this time around, but it also hooked on the way back, Cinderin. So that's why moving could reposition your hook a little bit to kind of get a little different angle in certain scenarios. And they did end up, oh, all right, why?
Hook?
Yep, he misses his, and it will likely cost him. So he's actually completely alone. So it's gonna be a very easy kill. Just getting up as much mana as possible. GG, indeed. I mean, in terms of net worth, the game is very even right now. But also, Dismember, you would gain... Actually, how does it work in Dota? I can't remember how they changed it, but oh, we have to hold that thought. Fit of Malice onto the Tiny. Firestorm dealing ridiculous amounts of damage to him, and that is going to be an easy cleanup for Voldy.
3 runes for
Radiant's middle tower's under
Legacy, I
attack.
think?
Oh, Slayer. Ult catches him, and that's going to be another kill going away. It's actually ends up being a double. That was a very late streak kill there. That's surprising, but he'll take it. But Dismember would physically make Pudge bigger, and he would gain strength. I actually can't remember in Dota, off the top of my head right now.
Dismember just heals your per second and deals damage.
That's right. So that's the change they made, which was similar to Han. And then Han, in addition to that, you'd gain strength temporarily, which was kind of cool.
Huh.
So yeah, there's a lot they can do. But then he might be too OP for certain situations.
Just because he has one arm.
Just in time. Yeah, that's one way.
If you were a
It does have the
millennial,
Firefly
I'd say
this
we
but
could sit.
yeah, yikes. That
This
hurts
is
a
just...
lot.
sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. This has just not been Magical's game so far, and they're trying to tilt him even more by tipping him. There's been some pretty questionable mistakes here. It happens, you know. Sometimes things just don't go right, but... yeah, not his best game right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely playing like he's tilted right now.
Radiant just denied their
Especially
middle
considering
tower.
how good of a Batrider game it is on paper draft-wise, right? Like, you would love for your Batrider to take off, because he can really start taking over this game quite a lot, but he slowed himself down so much with these deaths, and not finding a single assist in 17 minutes on mid-Batrider in a game like this is just... it's not what you're looking for. Not
When
what
you're
looking
tilted in a game, what do you do to correct it?
for. I never tilt.
Radiant are scanning.
Okay.
How does that
There
even
you go.
work?
So
That's
in
my
order to
secret.
not tilt, you need to be a literal robot, is what Cern is trying to say. Oh, Cessia.
It's gonna get cliffed.
Magical, I mean. That's their sponsor. Boogie gonna get off the Dark Rift. Do they have enough damage to kill him? Poison Nova as well, and yes, indeed. Only a level 1 ult. If it was level 2, he would have been at least in Fountain. He might have ticked out still. Everybody has different strategies to correcting tilt during a game. As we're gonna see, Kuman, he has the chrono. Multi-shot's already used. Gust goes off. Looks to be an easy kill. Although there are reinforcements on the way. He has Hurricane Pike as well. Not wanting to expend a chrono. I think he might regret that decision, as Wish is chasing him down.
Oh no, they did what they
He didn't
couldn't
chase him
do.
down, and now he has to chrono in a defensive measure. Feels really bad.
Bad
But
actually got
Drow
the
does
kill.
die. Yeah, and Magical. It'll cost him his life.
He's getting out!
Or is he?
He is getting gone.
Is he?
No, he's... Yeah,
Oh,
no,
flame
maybe.
break.
Tower's in trouble.
The ghosts are finding him. The ghosts are coming for you. Magical.
The monster.
Oh.
He's dead. Cinderin wrong again.
It was very close, though. He had Firefly up in 1 second, then he could have maybe made a break for it, but... I was about to say
That's a good solo chrono on Drow if they want to take it, right? I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, he could be concerned that Wyvern shows up and just cold embraces, and then...
Yeah, true.
Or he gets cursed or something, so kind of needs to start it off slow, but... Like, if he chronos the Drow there, she doesn't even die, right? He doesn't have enough damage to go for that kill. Drow has 23 armor already. And Void's item build doesn't offer much in the way of damage just yet. Having Midas Yasha is not that threatening.
Sinner, do you want to hear the way that I deal with tilt in game? When I really care about the game, which is usually FPS games.
I think you mute your microphone and yell really loud.
Wow, that's actually pretty accurate. As we're going to see Boogie take the initiation here. Avatos does have the Pit of Malice out, but the stun keeps him in place for now. And they're not pursuing. They are definitely respecting their opponents right now. Worrying about, like you said, the Wyvern, even the Clockwork right now.
Nice ice path from Slayer. This could actually become a Clockwork kill.
A Clockwork kill?
Too slow. Yeah.
Wyvern?
The tiny combo there could have almost
Inside
done
the
it.
cogs. Bignum does have that blink dagger to work with, just needs to not take damage for a little bit, and there we go. Can blink.
His middle tower is under attack. Scanning for enemies.
Not sure if they saw him with the night vision. Doesn't look like it, so he'll get away safely. So what I do to not tilt, if I've already started tilting in game, is I mute my mic, or
That's
if
when
I
it's
can,
too late.
No, that's not true. Not for it depends on
You
everybody's
just said
gonna
what
have
I do to not tilt after I've tilted.
Well, to untilt once I've tilted, because you
Okay.
can't control tilting. Like sometimes it just happens out of nowhere, you know. But yeah, you pause the game if you're able to. Even in matches, you can take like a little timeout. You scream at the top of your lungs, okay? And you feel in that moment, not only you're releasing this rage, but at the same time you feel ridiculous for getting so mad at a video game. And then you're like, this is stupid. Why am I even tilted? It's a video game. And then you tilt again, and the game's over. As Venomancer completely gets destroyed. Silence comes out. Wish is here along with the rest of his team. Very even game in terms of net worth. Blink Dagger on Magical, so he does have the potential to initiate. But there's the Exorcism. This is going to be a 5 versus 4.
This is
I
a
know they
really
don't
good
have
Roche attempt.
Ice Path.
Nice Oven, though.
Macropyre to start it, actually. No Ice Path.
Oh, did you almost get
Stones them out
distracted by a
nicely.
cosmetic there? Interesting.
I did, actually. It does look like there's an Ice Path in that Macropyre Immortal. Thank you, Valve. Bignum drops to the deck. Clockwork does as well, but he buys back immediately. Hookshot on cooldown for another 12 seconds. But Exorcism is
It's
about
ending
to
in
end.
3. Oh, this is dangerous.
Well, as Chronosphere is available, Ice Path going to connect on 2, Dual Breath to follow. Cogs trying to create as much space as possible as this Roach is getting dangerously low. Here comes the Chronosphere. So several heroes with a counter ult from Nikwa. Who gets the Aegis? Who gets the Roach? So Radiant take it, and it looks like they'll get the Aegis as well. Very nicely played. Magical. He's going to need that Aegis based on the fact that he's been dying so much in this game anyway, and Wish with no Exorcism trying to get out this Dark Rift, but Boogie might go down before the time comes, and indeed he does. 2 for nothing, 3 for nothing, including the dieback on the Clockwork, so really good rotations here from Cyber Legacy. They take Aegis, they take Roche, and they win the fight.
So much work being done by Jakiro here. I think Slayer played that perfectly. He gets the early Necropyre, the read that they're doing, it places it so they stop a little bit. And this is all while Exorcism is running. He gets over to the other side, gets the Ice Path off. Super good positioning and spellcasting from him, makes it very easy for his team. Magical found the Clockwork early, so took care of that problem. And now, oh, they're gonna lose Nikwa, they're gonna lose the mid tower. They lost so much there. 4 heroes, Roche, and tower in one move. Oh boy.
Wish. Another 2 seconds. We have Lasso, and there it is. Perfect cooldown coming back. All calculated, I'm sure, as Wish will find his way to the grave again. And now the chain feeding continues. Cinderin, Underlord. He is quite tanky though with that pipe. I'm not sure if they want to stick around as reinforcements are on their way in the multi-shot as well. They take out the Jakiro, they take out the Aegis, they take out the Venomancer, so perhaps their eyes are too big for their stomachs, Cinderin. As here comes the Avatar to do some residual damage. Boogie will fall, but is it worth it? They win that fight in spades, and they get super greedy on Underlord, and it costs them 4 heroes. Cinderin.
Fortified your structures. Pretty good move.
Kuman smart here, just topping top.
He's the only one who's like, dude, what are you guys doing? Jesus.
Great play from Kuman to get away from his team before this happened. Avoiding disaster. Yeah, they just got a little bit too bloodthirsty there. It was such a good sequence leading into this tower dive, and now they dove and kind of threw away a couple of heroes, but the net outcome of this regardless is massively Cyber Legacy favored. Does suck a little bit to just waste your Aegis away like that, in my opinion, but you're still feeling pretty confident in your Void's ability right now. Sitting on Manta, Halberd, and Midas, minute 23.
Yeah.
And now this is when the damage items are going to start coming out, because he's going to feel relatively safe and tanky with the Halberd, so he doesn't need to buy BKB, at least yet. He's just going to Halberd the Drow and expect to stay alive with his 20 armor against the DP.
Yeah, he's having a great game. 2K net worth lead now on everybody in the server. Death Prophet has the Yule's Blink, and Hood will be going for BKB. I don't know, after that, maybe Ags, maybe Sheep, something of that regard. Underlord finds the Jakiro to start. I hear a lasso. That's going to be on the Winter Wyvern. They want to get him before that ult comes out. No Winter's Curse for you. Chronosphere, will Boogie be able to get Death Prophet out? No, the AoE is too low. Oh, that is really unfortunate. It's the double kill. DD Void going absolute ham.
Great Chrono from Kuman. Just finds it. Could have even made it a little bit better than that, but it was good enough that the Underlord could not connect with Drow. He needed to lock off Underlord on the left and Drow on the right, and he did just that. And easily solos the kill with this DD rune. Just very nice. It's like Cyber Legacy just kicked it up a notch in the last 5 minutes. They're playing super aggressive now. They've hit a timing. And the Batrider, who had a terrible early game, has recovered pretty nicely now. Like, Magical is actually starting to find some success in the game. And that's been the really big changing factor, to be honest, is that he's been activated. He's finding lassos, he's setting up key kills, got the Wyvern there, got the Clockwork previous fight. Just makes it so easy for Chappie to, or sorry, for Kuman to play when there's no Wyvern in the fight. It's very easy.
Yeah,
am I tripping, or did Chappie play with this team at some point? I don't know. I just, in my head, Bignum and Chappie just play together. They dual queue a lot in pubs as well, at least they did, so...
You know better than me on that one.
It is Kuman.
You, believe it or not.
It is Kuman. Yeah, we don't have Valorant servers here.
That's not true. You definitely do. You just choose not to use them.
It worked for the joke.
9K. Did it, though? Did it? 10K net worth lead now for Cyber Legacy. And yeah, things are looking up. Next item of choice for Kuman as he takes out this ancient stack is that MKB. Actually very close to finishing the recipe, so we'll actually be going for a Lincoln's afterwards. At least that's his current thought.
Top tower is under attack.
Basically counter the Winter's Curse inside the Chrono. As long as he doesn't get any allies nearby, then... or inside the Chrono itself, and that's going to work beautifully.
I don't know how good Lincoln's is here, to be honest. I like the rest of his build. I'm not sure it has enough value.
They don't
have the Manta against the
target, right? Spirit Siphon? Is that it?
Yeah,
other than the...
It's not against that, right? Like, you have the Manta against the Drow Silence, so you can jump out of that. Lincoln's does nothing against Clockwork, does nothing against Underlord. I'm not really sure what the logic is. Like, yeah, there's Curse, but you're not gonna die in Curse either. Maybe he's just like, this is how I guarantee I deal damage when I Chrono. Maybe that's why. But then you can get Splinter Blasted and then Cursed. So, doesn't seem that good to me.
We'll see how it works out for him. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
MKB is now officially completed.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, I haven't been paying too much attention to the neutral items this game, but...
Telescope on Veno, it's
destruction.
Absolute god tier item on Batrider. It is so damn good. You gotta give this telly to Bat right away.
Yeah.
And they are.
Does he have a cast range talent? I don't think so. No.
No.
That would be pretty ridiculous if he did. Good
Cast
choice,
range on
nice
Bat
roll.
Rider is an insane stat. We've even seen builds in the past going Netherlands on Bat. It can be really, really good. Hook shot?
Oh, hook shot. It is the Jakiro stuff. You know, nice force staff. Double force staff, in fact, but he'll end up falling after the ice path comes out. So with that, Cyber Legacy just playing a little bit passive, making sure that they don't chain feed or force the buyback out of Jakiro. Just push the lanes as much as you can. We'll need somebody to TP bot shortly, though. So from Voldemort's side of things, Drow Ranger has the BKB Hurricane Pike, and we'll be getting Manta in the next few minutes, as Wish is looking for a kill. But with the BKB now on Bat Rider, it's going to be a lot harder to kill him. The silence was one of the main reasons he was getting stuck in horrendous positions. Or I should say, one of the reasons they were able to capitalize on him being on horrendous positions.
Yeah.
Greaves Pipe on the Underlord. Oh! Firestorm is actually dodged. Not sure if that was on purpose. Hookshot will also be dodged. Making him as a god. Unintended juking. Very nicely done. Chronosphere is available. Silence to follow, though. There's the lasso initiation onto Wyvern. They're grouping up, though. Ice Path keeps him in place, and down he goes. Does have buyback, though. So keep that in mind. Dark Rift expended. And really, considering you're so close to the base, you're really worried about the Wyvern buyback after the Chrono comes out, or before.
Yeah, you also used Bat Rider, BKB, and Firefly for that kill, and Lasso. So Bat Rider doesn't offer that much right now. Just wants to get that one pick and hope for the team fight to develop. But if Voldy back off, you're fine with just playing map control, you know. Push the waves, get all 4 bounty runes minute 30, which does seem to indeed be happening. They're just flat out too late to get here, Voldy.
Do it with flair. Dire's top tower is
Something I forgot to mention pregame, by the way, just to give us a little bit of a point of reference for this series. In the Immortal qualifiers, Cyber Legacy got 3rd, 4th. So pretty big placement difference in that qualifier.
That's surprising. I thought Voldy was... They played pretty well on the cast that we had of theirs. They played pretty well on the cast that we had of theirs. Rocket Flare, if there was any question before. So they're going to have to play this at least a little passive for the next few seconds. And Roshan, I mean, he should be up relatively soon, next minute and a half. So that's probably the next step for Cyber Legacy. And this time you probably give it to Avatos.
Oh my
Not
god,
even
his
needing
damage is so high on that
actually.
DD.
Yeah.
Good lord.
He's working on a Satanic now.
Yeah, I like that a lot more than the Lincolns. I just think it offers him way more.
Boogie, knowing that Dark Rift is in his arsenal, will actually just precast it. Not taking any chances this time around. What is the cooldown on that? 115 seconds, level 2. Drow will be getting the Manta in the next couple hundred gold. From a Voldemort's perspective, you need to contest this Roche, right? This has to happen. I don't know how you get back in this game if you don't contest.
I agree.
I mean, they don't
Playing defense, I mean, you can try to stall for a while with wave clear of Wyvern and DP and Firestorm, but you're playing to not lose at that point. Like, you're not gonna win if you just sit in base and push out waves all the time. You're gonna get out farmed. Void will get mega big. He's already progressing so much. It's just Satanic is actually flying out now. This could be the game deciding fight. Both teams are smoked. Satanic arriving. But how do they deal with this Void? It's actually so difficult.
How do they deal with the Shakiro, who has 8 Ghost Scepters lined up in his future? I can't wait to see that. Hookshot comes in, will connect on the Void. Actually a pretty good target. It's going to cost Clockwork his life, but it delays him from getting in this fight. There's the lasso. Bat Rider getting extremely low. Looks like the Drow's going to be able to finish him off as the Chronosphere now onto the Wyvern with that Manta style, just pummeling him. No buyback for him this time around. He jumps back in. Look at this damage from Jakiro and Void in in conjunction. Drow Ranger able to get to the high ground. Wish, Spirit Siphoning. Trying to man up, but against the Void with this many items, it's just not going to happen. And with the Satanic activated, full HP he goes. And with the Exorcism down, even the buyback's not going to make much difference if Death Prophet chooses to do so. YYY, last remaining member on the field right now for Voldy.
Double kill.
He's going to be cleaned up. It's going to be a full team wipe into a Roche and likely a Rax to follow.
Yeah, that's so much time. 70 seconds on 2 Dire Heroes, and both of those Dire Heroes are really important for this defense. So I don't really see them doing anything about this. And that, I think the hook shot on Void was actually intended for Jakiro. I think he missed, and then he hit the Kuman who was smoked. It looked like wow, I was not expecting that to happen at all. It just made the fight super awkward. That turned on and killed.
In their advantage, if anything. Just
not
from
sure.
the delay aspect.
It's kind of, at this point, like your lineup is just struggling to have tools to deal with these PK beat heroes plus Void, right? Like you can't. If Drow is accounted for and getting shut down in the fight, if they get on top of the Drow, I just don't think they have enough damage to kill this Void or to kill this Bat. Hero, like you said, has Ghost Scepter. Venno is tanky. They're all just so tanky. It's just a huge net worth advantage. 20k minute 34 is a lot of gold.
They don't have much reason to back off here. 25 talent now, backtrack for Kuman. Has the Aegis, they have Cheese. Exorcism still not up, so really nothing to fear. Winter's Curse being faked. Actually, can you cancel animation that?
Yeah.
Does he cancel animation the Splinter Blast? Do they look similar?
They look different. But on the cast time on, I don't actually remember by heart. I flat out genuinely don't know what the flat cast times are. It's kind of just a feeling you have. It's like the thing we talked about earlier where you were like, there's so many things players don't know. And one of those things is if you put somebody on the spot and you're like, what's the cast time on your spell on your most played hero? People won't know. They just play and they feel it, right? You just played it 100, 200, 300, 400 times. You just know how long it takes, but you don't know what the number is.
Well, what about the trivia? Do you like the trivia questions that are stats based? Considering those change literally every patch, it feels like. What's this hero's move speed? Well, you know that for at least me. I know that for like the super slow heroes that are notorious, but past that, it's
really hard to know by heart. Again, it's Dota is so much based on feel. I like to talk about that sometimes. That you know, people will look at numbers, or people will look at statistics, or you know, records that players have or whatever. But for the players themselves, the majority of it is just like a feeling when you're playing the game of how far can I go, what can I do, what can't I do, based on having played thousands of games.
Oh, unfortunate hookshot miss there. But they will be able to Dark Root back to safety as Void is already destroying their tier 3 tower. Still with the Aegis intact. Chronosphere still available
They
as
just
well.
can't kill him.
Yeah, he's... I mean, Drought ult is good for that in theory, but... Still.
It's just not enough.
Yeah.
If he sees an opening, he's going to go on Wyvern, and then
he has a 9k net worth lead over Drow, so
yeah,
it's going to be a
half
tough
premier item.
Premier, I like that. Welcome to the premiere of Butterfly. He actually pockets his boots for now, looking for that value, Cinderin, as we like to talk about. That you apparently don't value the min-max game with Hand of Midas.
He just sold it.
Yeah, well, he used it and then sold it. He
could have kept it.
Very good.
Used it again.
Yeah, but he expects the game to end very shortly. He wants to get the most value.
Oh, yeah.
Possible.
That's a lot of value then.
Wait, what's he buying right now? Is he going Daedalus? Okay, yeah. So it has the Chrysalis and Recipe on its way. Ooh, a Spell Prism. That's a good tier 4 item. Blizzy would love that, considering he has the Aghanim Scepter now as well, so his ult.
I think give it to the Bat.
Okay, sure. I feel like that is an item that is, in theory, good on literally every hero.
Yeah, it's super good.
What do you think of the Imp Claw still being applied for Kuman? See what they have in their arsenal right now. Anything better?
I think it's a slightly undervalued item. It is 24 flat damage and a guaranteed crit when you hit first time. Like it's not bad.
It's definitely good. It scales, like you said, but
they just had a really bad tier 3 row for him, right? There was no Paladin sword. There was no Titan's liver. So
Initiation. Onto the Underlord. Where's their damage though? Shivas. It's a golden Shivas. He must have a very high battle pass number. Chronosphere. There's the curse. So no Lincolns to
here could do a lot.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, Macropire still applying a lot of damage to Drow. Pops that BKB and then dies instantly. Okay, not dead yet. Dying slowly.
Instantly.
Then instantly. A lot of burst damage, you know. Why? Ends up in the grave as well. And it looks like Kuman will not go jungle hunting for that tier 4 item.
Hey, where's Dyer's
But yeah, we're seeing the crit from the Daedalus. As the Aegis actually is consumed.
So many enemies.
See if he holds the cheese or not. Doesn't look like it. Not too worried about Dyer right now. He gets silenced. This would be the time to actually try to kill him. Exorcism on the back line. Kuman just trying to right-click this Drow, knowing that she just bought back. Cold Embrace, keeping her alive. Look at this damage. Underlord just feels so squishy in the midst of the void. And there's the dieback on the Drow, and that should be GG as wishes. Continuing to chase. I want to watch this. Will he get Venomancer before the game is over? Indeed he will. This is going to be a dieback onto the Underlord. Ultra kill for Kuman. Make it a rampage.
This reminds me of the Sting of
Hey,
Somerset.
fountain diving's not cool. It needs to be buffed. The fountain needs to be buffed. This is not acceptable as the game ends. GG. So game 1 goes to Cyril. It needs to be buffed. The fountain needs to be buffed. This is not acceptable as the game.
This is not a computer game. This is a browser game. You just go to a link, just start playing the game immediately. You log in.
So I said no, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed alone, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed alone, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling.